Hello.
Hello?
I kind of have to turn down the stream because it's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Fancy seeing you here. No, how's it going?
Doing all right.
Yeah,
Cold here.
it's cold.
Yeah, it was really hot and then just got cold.
It's
London
like
weather.
lies. now it's gonna destroy me.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Zuquiel. Uh, yes, my name is actually Zuquiel, like zoo and kill. Um, I've been
I love it.
studying. I've been studying game design recently for the past 3 years.
Hmm.
And firstly, when I started, I had no idea that I actually wanted to do games. Um, I was like, I ended up studying art when I came to London a few years
Mm.
ago, and I really enjoyed that. Then I wanted to do animation, like 2D animation, and then applied for a course, did the course, and then they mostly taught 3D animation and like game design. And I kind of just fell in, sort of in love with making games. That, that's how it started, and then just went on to university after that.
You did what after that?
Went on to university.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Unity. I'm like, oh man, what did what did Exile do to me? I just keep hearing Unity in my brain now. Uh, so okay, so you've just been like building out these scenes now. I guess like maybe we can start with the. Do you want us to start in any particular order, or like because this one's
Um,
3 years old, and
Yeah,
then
that's when I first started uni. I was like just a VFX sort of project,
yeah,
and then that was during second year, pet- the gas pump.
this one's the gas pumps from second year.
Yeah, that's the second year. The lamp is from first year.
This lamp's actually quite good,
So
modeling wise and like detail wise. Yeah, go ahead.
uh, I wanted to study for this one. I wanted to study like subsurf modeling, the whole edge flow modeling tech. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like trying to like uh like hard surface modeling with like edge loops and
yes,
support
that one.
support loops and all that jazz. Sub D modeling. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, I see it. Oh man, yeah, you went through the ringer with this one. You're like, yeah, I'm diving in. Let's go. No, this
There was
looks cool though.
also, I think there was also a task on the like. This was during uni as well.
Mm.
We were not allowed to use substance painted to texture, so this was all just Photoshop.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah,
Oh man, that's awesome. So my personal view on that type of stuff is like I don't limit someone from being able to be able to
yeah,
create things, but it's really interesting uh if like depending on where you're at in your school, like to limit early on, just to be like, okay, we know that substance painter exists, but just use Photoshop and let's see what you can do with it, right? But if a
yeah.
school if a school limits you from using Substance Painter the entire program, that could be pretty dangerous.
It was just for this project,
Yeah. Okay.
luckily.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean this looks pretty cool. I think some things are maybe some of the edges are too sharp. It's very few
Yeah,
though. Like this. I don't know if you're watching the stream,
yeah.
but yeah, like this edge here is quite sharp. Um, But overall,
A
I
lot of.
mean, the shapes and the flow are pretty accurate with what you usually see in real life.
It's sad I didn't actually put the reference on here as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool though. Oh yeah, I am seeing a seam down here. Is that because you couldn't use Substance Painter?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. So
couldn't get rid of seams.
when you run into those scenarios, it's best to just like remove as much possibilities for differences to occur in that area, even if it's just for a little bit, right? So like if it's dirty on that side, just removing the dirtiness, or like man, some of the old school ways is to literally grab the texture that was on one side and mirror it inside of the texture to the other side, and then
And
try and
broke
get
my
them to
brain
match
for a
up.
bit there.
Yeah, and then match them up, and then erase away until it's hidden that they're mirrored from each other. It's like old school, dude. Yeah, I've had my fair share of Photoshop texturing. I think the first 3 to 4 years of my industry experience, we didn't have anything except Photoshop for texturing.
Damn.
This is nice though with the weld lines here. How did you go about making those?
I think it was just all like shader work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or it might have been actual modeling. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly what I've done. And
It looks like shader work because when I look at your topology, it doesn't look like. Yeah, holy cow, this is bright. But yeah, it looks like it's shader work because I don't see it in your geometry. That's cool though, man. Let's see here. So we move on to this elevator. I think it's an elevator.
yeah, elevator, Bioshock inspired.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of Bioshock?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, this is super cool. I think right here you're missing an opportunity to have that number be lit, but I guess it depends. I think they would cut those out and then actually make a light behind it.
Yeah, I think for this project, I was just kind of making trim sheets.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole entire environment is just trim sheets
That's
and flat
awesome.
planes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good exercise because it actually shows like how much you can do with trim sheets. It's a good
I think,
exercise that everyone should try and do. Make a scene where you try and use trim sheets only unless uh, it can't be done that way.
the one thing I would like is just to add more geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Even though I actually modeled them in 3D and then just baked it down.
Right. Yeah, because it looks like okay. I see. I mean, you can add like tons of geo in here, right? And it's just mapping it to the trim sheet. But no, this is cool. This is a really good exercise, and I do definitely see the inspiration um, coming through with the Art Deco style. I guess the materials or the surfaces are quite clean, and that's something you probably want to watch out for when you're trying
Mm,
to emulate a certain look. I mean, you're not saying it directly in here that you wanted to do it. Yeah,
mm,
see, Kevin thinks it's clean. uh, so it's a matter of like how dirty do you want to make it, right?
yeah,
Because
it was a good.
you could just say Art Deco, like, oh, I'm just going for an Art Deco look, or you could say it's inspired by a specific game. Um, but the specific game requires that it's quite dirty, right?
Yeah, I think
Or
it was
like
like
disheveled.
I think
Go
it's
go ahead.
Siet Biro, the Bioshock version, like the DLC of
Mm-hmm.
Infinite. So that's sort of clean
Oh,
before it goes crazy.
yeah, you're right. It is quite clean. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking more of the old school OG
Oh,
OG stuff is super dirty. So you're like, you want the shot to pan, and like that elevator looks like there was a huge fight to just get to the elevator, and there's just blood and stuff all over the place, and like chairs, and it just looks like chaos. But that wouldn't be trim sheet possible. You know what I mean? No,
I
this is
think I
cool
only
though.
this was like a month project though. So
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty quick for this. You get a lot of use out of trim sheets. It's super nice. Oh, so did you trim sheet these materials as well?
yes,
That's
um,
cool.
I have a habit of making everything in Substance Painter, not
Hmm.
Designer. So
Oh, really?
most of the trim sheets is just done in Substance Painter. Um,
Interesting. I mean, it works. I think with this one particularly, um, I guess it becomes difficult to separate the roughness between these because you want that wood to look different from the marble
Yeah.
surfaces. And right now they're very similar in their roughness. A little different, but you want some clear separation between those in order to really like make the scene pop more. Oh yeah, this is cool. Oh, you're even using channel packing. Yeah, that's super cool.
If you scroll more down, you get to see 3D models of the trim sheets, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, you did a lot of breakdowns of the.
There
Yeah,
we go.
this is cool. Yeah, I mean a lot of trim sheets are modeled, man. I mean you can do them in Designer now too, but honestly, I think personally it's whichever is faster for you, you know.
Yeah, I think the modeling is just a bit more easy.
Yeah,
Designer takes way too much time just to get shapes
right.
right.
Oh yeah, and I see. Okay, I see how you're doing the space. It's cool, man. Oh
So
yeah,
listen,
yeah. You got a video of this too. I'm
this
curious
is
now.
just me like figuring out how to like layer roughness because I never knew I could do that in Substance Painter, and I just started learning. But I could have changed I think it's the channel, the roughness channel to screen,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have blended the roughness much better.
I mean, the other thing you can do on the very top is if you put like, say, each one of these materials is in a folder, and that folder has a mask. That way, it's only affecting that one spot. Um,
Yeah,
in that folder, you could right click and add the levels, and with that levels, you can shift everything that you've made for the roughness detail. You can shift it up and down to try and get it more reflective or not.
yeah.
That'll give you a whole lot of control at the very top. So that way, you still have the control of all the things you've done before. This is cool though. So really, it's a nice exercise. I think it's just like let me see here if we get that final. These shots are pretty nice. It does feel a little dark, or maybe like very
Yeah.
similar in colors, but I think maybe seeing a reference that you're going off of for the type of place that you're building would help that.
If only I had more time.
Yeah,
It was only done for a month before I had to submit,
yeah. I
but it
mean,
was a good warm up.
never forget though that even though you submit, like you can push it further after class or whatnot.
Right after this, we went into the group project,
Right.
so I sort of had to use some of these textures I made in that one. The covenant.
Is this the group project?
Yes.
Yeah, this scene, I saw this and was like, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, Ghost was saying in your previous scene actually, just something to break up the ground, which should
Yeah.
probably be like a decal or something just to add some differences, or like a you could do a trim sheet of a carpet, like a red carpet that leads up to the elevator. That could do a lot, and it gives you some different colors to work with as well. But how many people are working on this? Oh, here we go. I guess there's art director, environment artist, level or lighting artist. How many people are on this?
I think there was about 12 or 11. It's quite a big
That's a
team.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot of people. I mean, it shows in the amount of props you guys were. Oh, excuse
It,
me. A lot of the props you were able to make. Oh man, I need coffee. I do not have coffee. Uh, this is
but
really cool though.
was a very stressful project.
Yeah, were you doing a lot of over? Oh my gosh, there's a whole other scene in here.
Yes, there's a lot. Sadly, my university deleted the Perforce file for it, so I couldn't go
That's
back
amazing. Yeah,
and like grab screenshots of the stuff I
like
worked
I'm
on.
sorry, I'm laughing about that. That's crazy, man. Yeah, this is a lot of work. Oh wow, there's a whole like atrium of ocean.
Yeah, that was the other um, environment artist. He sort of just gone crazy with everything.
On the outside?
Yeah, on the outside and some of the textures as well.
You
I
see
worked
how
on
like
this.
all the propping like being smashed up against stuff. It's like there's so much storytelling going on. Holy cow! There's like a whole other dude. This is some like DLC level amount of content.
Oh, there's actual gameplay as well.
Oh really? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, man, you guys are strapped. That's intense.
there's a little plasmid as well.
Yeah, see, this area feels a little weak to me, and I think it's just because everything is really simple where it meets, and the scale
Yeah,
of the bricks feels strange. Yeah,
I
what was the
think there
time
was
frame for this?
12 weeks.
12 weeks?
Yeah, but we were way too ambitious. We wanted to make this really big, like, environment with a lot of room.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like really small things that are causing issues, like this fence is really low res, so like it mips out really
Yeah,
quickly. And it looks like maybe the normal is flipped or incorrect on it. So it's just fighting itself. But then like the overall image is crazy on this scene. Like yeah, see all that stuff in the that's all super cool. It needs a little bit more depth to let you know that it's so the like the movement of the fishes really help. Is it so what area were you working on in this? Or is it just kind of touched everything?
mostly the main area. So that with the windows, like the
Oh,
ceiling,
out there? Yeah.
everyone sort of had their own section.
Mm-hmm.
So this area I sort of worked on just the environment pieces.
Right.
So the railings, the bricks, the like the doors and stuff like that.
This is
This is
super
very.
cool.
We tried to mimic Covent Garden in London,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because it was sort of like a Bioshock in theme London or inspired.
Yeah.
So we sort of had to take an environment and sort of give it that Bioshock twist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. Oh, you even have water going down the stairs? Like down this? That's
Yeah,
interesting. Oh man, there's more video.
that's gameplay.
Oh, is this gameplay?
Yes,
No
that's
way.
gameplay.
I'm really curious. I expect it's gonna be quite difficult to. Oh wow, you guys even went for like trying to. Dude, that's intense. Yeah, so the hands. I mean, of course, the hands are really far apart and really small.
Yeah, I think I remember the hands breaking because we usually had the Unreal hands at first.
Right.
Uh, and then I think, or maybe it was actually the Meyer mannequin,
Mm-hmm.
like just the hands rigged. And then we had someone modeled the hands, and the rig just broke, so we couldn't.
Yeah.
So that was like a week behind. So I had to reanimate the things.
Oh man, I'm half happy and half like upset that I missed that whole aspect of school. Like when I was in school for this stuff, they weren't doing group projects, they weren't doing thesis projects, that they weren't doing like trying to make a mod of anything. They're just like, just work on your portfolio. Oh yeah, you see the water on the. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that's awesome with the water going down the stairs. That bird is super cool as well.
That was one of our prop artists as well.
Dang. Dude, I love how you feel like you go into a different space. It's really cool. And you guys got the shaders down pretty well for like lootables and whatnot. Yeah, super nice.
I really wanted to carry that feeling through the lighting as well, the
Yeah.
Bioshock feeling.
Yeah, so you were in charge of the lighting as well.
Yes,
Was that for the entire project?
for the entire project. For the first
Yeah.
half, I think there was another lighting artist,
Hmm.
and sometimes didn't show up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we kind of had to switch over to me, and this was my first time doing lighting as well.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I almost wonder if it might have been better if you just didn't have the hands and you just showed the environments and the attacking that you would do was shown like afterwards anyways. It was really nice stuff though.
Well, thank you. Oh, still a project I'm proud of, though, even though it was really stressful.
Yeah.
I'm proud of
Yeah, I
the
mean you guys
team.
should be proud of this. It's super ambitious, but you guys, it looks like you guys for the most part pulled it off. Oh my god, there's even an elevator.
Yeah.
You know how hard elevators are to get working in a game, and like when it's a team of like hundreds of people, making an elevator work is a pain. Which sounds ridiculous. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's super awesome. The your thumbnail for this was very strong. You look at that and you're like, huh, I gotta click that. Aspen
Yeah.
Lane. Is that
Yes.
scary?
Yeah. Sort of.
This
I guess you could
feels
say the psychological horror.
this feels scary. I don't do well with Oh yeah, dude, these slow camera movements.
So this one, I was the environment artist.
Right. So you making, when you say environment artist, were you making all the props or were you doing
Um,
all the propping, like placing and building the scenes out?
so for this hallway, the hallway was sort of my section.
Hmm.
The kitchen was another environment artist.
Okay.
I got to work on the like the hallway, but I had to go back and forth between VR to check the measurements to make sure that
Oh
they
man.
work.
Yeah. Oh dude. I'm glad it's muted. I don't want to know. Yeah, so you did this hallway with the stairs up and the,
Yes.
is that like the gate so the kids don't go up and down the
Yeah.
stairs?
So I think my
Oh, I remember this.
I
Where did
think
I,
you Michael Neoclaus?
maybe like in a portfolio review or a Discord critique?
Could
Dang.
be.
Dude, that's really cool.
Uh, the art director, he gave me an image of the wallpaper texture. He just took a picture, and he just told me to make this. And
Yeah.
2 hours later, he's like, "Oh, you took a picture and just like put in Alchemist," and I was like, "No, I actually made this in Substance Paint."
Eh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's a terrifying hallway. Yeah, I think so overall this one's pretty cool. It gives the creepy vibe. I kind of wish that if you were to look up at the kitchen real quick, there's someone just standing in the window. Always doesn't feel right. When someone's standing at your window. Uh
Yeah.
oh wow, the outside too was kind of handled as well. That's, yeah, this is cool. Nice.
And
Oh, these some of the assets you made?
yes,
This emissive looks really good. I don't know, like, was it animated at all or is that static?
it's static. I sort of hand painted that on.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you'd have to because like I don't know. I mean there must be ways to kind of make that look right, but you have like the right softening of the light going away when it's not lit. It's really interesting. That's like that attention to detail that you're always wondering if someone's going to do, but you don't. It's like it's a detail that you don't think about yourself, but then when you see it, someone has done it, you're like, "Dang, that's pretty cool."
Finding reference for this phone was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because usually the red button is actually smaller,
Yeah.
I just made it bigger so in VR you can press it
Oh yeah, yeah. You're making it playable.
Yeah.
That happens so often. This is
It
pretty
took me
cool.
longer than I thought to make that phone.
Yeah. I mean, it looks executed quite well. There's a little button thing here or whatever this thing is that's sticking out. I
I think of
think
the
that
antenna.
is that an antenna. I think
Yeah.
it's just a little sharp, whereas the rest looks quite modeled out, which looks really nice. And the roughness information, like that feels like that rubber. I know what that feels like just looking at it. Super cool. Let's see what else we got here. So I wanted to get to this last one. We've got about 5 minutes to go. Um, we're already a little bit over for the whole 2 hours, but I think the last person will understand. We're getting there. Um,
Get it?
yeah, this one's cool. This one tells a lot of story. It's a 12 week group project. I guess you're linking all of the people involved.
Yeah.
Super nice. Another environment artist. What was your role in this one?
But this one, I don't think you see it mostly, but the actual inside, like those,
Like this
the,
area?
the yeah, the red. I'm not the red piece. Not the. How do I explain this? uh, the tunnel itself.
hmm
So that's what I worked on,
Oh, like this thing?
and the tunnels, the wires,
Yeah.
and the railway.
Oh, dang. Okay. So everything around the cart itself or the train
They
itself.
are they are a mixture of other people's props or wires and
Yeah.
in there as well, but it all just comes together.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a good group it'll all just blend together, right? Yeah. This is really cool. I mean, this scene's especially the inside of this track and like seeing the outside with the spotlight here. It's like perfect for kind of showing. There's like a lot of storytelling that's happening, and you can see there's a generator here, and you've got the light showing all of the piping and all those details. I guess the piping doesn't continue, right? It just kind of ends here.
Yes.
Is that was that to solve a problem, or is that just where it ended?
I think it just ends there because most of this is just like a main menu, like
Ah,
in
oh, I
Metro.
see, dude. I see now, dude. This is cool. So you kind of made like the menu screen.
Yes.
Did you make the space this space back here?
Yeah,
It's
that's a space. Mostly the background, the posters, like very small things. Oh, this was during lockdown as well,
yeah.
so we had to manage. I had to manage on one screen.
Oh no, really? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so this is also menu stuff where you're controlling brightness and contrast. That's really cool with the resolution. I guess with resolution, I don't know what these mean, but
It's a resolution slider.
I guess it just goes down in res as you go down. Um, this turned out really nice. Like everything's quite consistent, and then you get a lot of mood inside of the car itself. Um, just because we're running a little bit out of time, is there any questions you had for me? And then I'm also curious, like what you're working on next.
Um, I don't have any particular questions. Um, I did receive a lot of feedback from that train.
hmm
Do you think I should just completely leave it out of the portfolio?
The train?
Yeah, the toy train, the wooden one.
Oh, this one. I mean, it's executed well for like the materials that it's trying to tell. It is 3 years old,
Yeah,
and I think you could probably just hide it, and that would, like thumbnail wise, I would say as well that the pump needs to be centered up more, or like shown in a more unique angle.
yeah.
But that's just for the thumbnail here. Um, but yeah, I think if you hid that, you'd be fine. If you wanted to keep it, you could. I do think it'll make your portfolio stronger if you hide it, though.
Okay.
Man, I really want Art Station to have an archive button. Like, I think that'd be so cool. Like, basically, instead of hiding it, you
It just
archive it,
archived.
and when you archive it, it goes to your blog as a blog post. So it just translates it to a blog, and as it's like categorized as archive.
I
Anywho,
was like,
yeah,
good
but
idea.
yeah, I'll see if I can poke them. But no, this is super cool, and I think because you're still in school,
No, I just finished my
or you
masters now.
just finished. Okay,
Yeah.
so now
So
you're on
yeah,
the crazy job hunt.
yes,
Yeah. Well, I
back and
think
forth CVs and everything.
yeah. I think I'm curious to see what your next personal piece will be, but don't be shy in the Discord.
Yeah.
We can see how we can help you with like that job hunt. The careers channel is pretty good for that.
Yeah.
But cool.
Thank you. Very useful stuff.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
And thanks for sharing your portfolio with us.
thank you.
I'm
Nope.
gonna jump over to the next one.
Okay.
We'll see how
Thank
that
you.
goes.
Bye.
See ya.